Alright, and welcome to the Jet Grind Radio Denouement. This will be the last video. Since my last one, I've gone through all of the levels, I've earned Jet on everything, and we're back at New Game Plus. So, I'm going to be showing off all of the things that I've unlocked, but before we get into the levels, quickly I'm going to show you guys the extra graffiti sets. There's Poison Jam, there's the Noise Tanks, and here's the Love Shockers. Now, we also unlocked, just a second, the Golden Rhino tags, because I also unlocked Goji by getting a Jet on the Bantam Street and Grind Square levels. And just for completion's sake, I'll quickly show off the rest of the menu here in the garage. The system is not much to write home about. You can go back to the title, but this is one of the places you can access the bonus material. There's the documentary that I linked in the OP. There's some tracks from Jet Set Radio Future you can listen to here if you want to. Sadly, they didn't put it in the game as an unlockable, so there's not too much. The radio is exactly what you'd expect. You can listen to some of the different tracks from the game, but it is kind of annoying because you have to select the tracks manually. And there's not just like a list you can go to, so easier just to use YouTube. Now this is interesting because this was ported over from the Dreamcast. It also had access to the internet where you could download tags and stuff, but now it's just like a leaderboard on the Steam ranking. A lot of these levels I haven't actually tried, so there's no data. I guess I'm 181st out of everyone who played this. That's not too bad. But anyway, like I said, I've unlocked the 3 gangs, Poison Jam, Noise Tanks, and Love Shockers, and Goji, and so I'm going to be showing these guys off. So let's quickly take a look at the gangs we unlocked. Sadly, we don't get gang members to look at. Now, Poison Jam, the Noise Tanks, and Love Shockers are all good at different things, but individually they are not as good as even your average characters, with the exception of the Noise Tanks. Poison Jam has tons of health, but very low graffiti and technique scores. Noise Tanks have huge technique scores, and the Love Shockers have above average technique, and that's about it. But we're not going to be using them yet. We've got a lot of people here. Over here, hiding in the corner, this is where you can select Goji. Now, Goji has absurd graffiti, but the game is tricking you here. You saw his power bar was kind of high. That is actually a bit of a lie. He's a pretty cool dude to use, though. Actually, he's one of the best characters in the game, provided you don't get hit. See, he has a high can capacity. He can carry 25 cans, just like Cube can.
HQ to all stations, HQ to all stations. Juvenile skaters have been spotted fleeing in the vicinity of Shibuya bus terminal. All officers respond. Repeat.
So like I was saying, he can carry 25 cans like Cube, but he has the difficult graffiti like Gum, Yo-Yo, or Piranha, so he gets very high scores for that. But the major drawback to using him is he is actually very, very fragile. You can see he has this huge health bar in the corner, but the game designers are kind of fucking with you a little bit, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Just need these police over here to help me. Hello, boys.
Headquarters to all units. Headquarters to all units. The captain
God, I love the AI in this game.
Sure to back him up.
Oh, that's something else. There we go. But you can see from that one hit how much health that took off. That is pretty massive. That's like a fifth of all of my health. So if you're in levels where you're facing more difficult opponents, like for example the jetpack guys or the tanks in Ben 10, you can only take 1 or 2 hits before you'll need more health. Gotcha! So I'm not going to be using him too much. I'm just showing him off here. But like I said, if you can avoid damage, He's a great character to use to try and earn jet rankings if you haven't yet. Before I do anything, I want to try and get some mission right here. Oh, I love those police. He's not cooperating with me. There we go. Let's get those cars. Huh. I don't know why he's still chasing me. He should just be throwing a tantrum. Oh well. Not something I really need to worry about. I'm gonna stock up on a few more cans and such. Oh, and his back is clean there. What the hell? I like his roller skates. He's got the custom rhino design there. He's got some pretty sweet moves too. Not like I needed that yet. Now, I edited out the cutscene because it's exactly the same as the first one, but there are some small differences depending on the sequence that we do these levels in. Now, there's one more character that I haven't unlocked yet. If you want to unlock them, it's very, very important, the sequence in which you do these missions. What you want to do is you want to make sure you do Monster of Kogane first. Depending on whether you do Monster of Kogane or Benten first, will determine what happens. You remember in the LP, the first time, our garage was filled with frogs. That's what happens if you go to Benten first. But anyway, today I'm going to be using the noise tanks. So, gotta whip up a little set for them. I could just use the ones the game gave me, but this is fun to do. I think most people will recognize this. Oh yeah, and this is Thomas Bangalter again. This is, I think, off of his Paris by Night album. They seem to fit with the noise tanks. Very electronic. Now this is probably my favorite design. Well, I don't know, it's kind of a tie between this and the large one, but you'll see. This one's kind of fun to make, if a little bit infuriating. Getting small details there is very difficult. And writing letters that small is an impossibility, so I didn't even try. Just some placeholders, basically. Oh yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Just forgetting the mouse pointer there. And remember, the gray bits are all transparent, so this will actually make a kind of a cool window thing. And I was having trouble trying to figure out what to do for the large graffiti, so I was looking up a bunch of different reference images and brainstorming, and I found a really cool image of, screen glitch. I guess like when your graphics card is have some serious errors and the whole screen tears and colors go everywhere. So that's kind of the design I was trying to go with here. So it's just kind of abstract, just a bunch of lines and shapes and colors, but I think it looks really neat. Honestly, if I could choose one of my designs to hang on my wall somewhere, I think I'd like to have this. It was kind of tricky keeping the controller always going in a straight line, though. Just add a little bit of noise and stuff on there. Make it look a little more glitchy. So anyone who's actually had this happen to your computer, you know what a fucking nightmare it is. And let's load those up. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Like I said, the noise tanks are easily my favorite of the three gangs, both in terms of their design and also gameplay-wise, and you guys will see why. So like I said, to earn the secret character, which you guys all probably know, you have to do the Monster of Kogane first. So that's what we're going to be tackling. Oh yeah, if you hold right trigger when you cycle through characters, it goes a little bit faster, which is what that was. So we're not using Poison Jam, we're taking the noise tanks. I love how they have tank treads for rollerblades. And since we've seen all these levels before, I'm not going to be working too hard on showing everything off.
Headquarters to all units, headquarters to all units. We've received report of reckless skaters in the residential area of Kogane. All nearby officers to the scene. I repeat, we've received...
Now, of the three gangs, the noise tanks get the highest score for their graffiti.
This is Onishima to all units! That punk's tearing up the residential area! Get going!
As I was saying, they get the highest score for their graffiti. But even then, like I said again before, the three gangs, even at their best, are still not as good as most of the characters you unlock throughout the course of the game. But of the three, the noise tanks are awesome. I mean, look at this. When you paint graffiti... yeah, if you paint this one first, the police just drive off the edge there. Anyway, when you paint graffiti, you get this giant-ass prosthetic mechanical arm here. That's just baller as hell.
This is headquarters to all units. Police dogs will be released as reinforcement. Please use caution.
None of the three gangs have a difficult graffiti pattern, like gum or yo-yo. That looks cool. Actually looks like a window. Let's see if I can... Anyway, let's paint some of these up. So, the noise tanks have the medium spray pattern, the same one that Beat has. They still get pretty good points.
This is Onishima requesting aerial cover. Send in the choppers, and when you find those kids, don't waste any time. Just never.
The thing that makes them really good, though. There we go. Back to the copter again. The thing that makes the noise tanks really useful is they can hold 50 cans. That's more than any other character in the game. There we go. The helicopter's kind of freaking out. So I'm barely at above half capacity, and I'm still carrying more cans than most of the characters in the game. That window looks awesome. So yeah, the noise tanks have the highest graffiti and the highest can capacity, so they're actually not a bad choice if you're going for jet rankings on the final missions. Ben 10 burning, explosion, or... what was the last one? I forget. But you know what I mean. Like I said, his graffiti score is not that good, and on these earlier levels... well, I'll shut up for a second.
This is your very own guerrilla broadcaster, Jet Set Radio! Use this city as your canvas and paint us some vibes from the street. And now for our local news. While the GGs were busy going after Kogane Cho, their faithful pup Potts was kidnapped. Woo-hoo! I guess it'll be classified as dog napping, huh? I wonder how much ransom you get for a dog. The Keisatsu is staying out of this one, so y'all better keep an eye on your own dogs too. Poison Jam! Them horror freaks are really pissed. They haven't seen a good slasher flick in months. And after the action in Kogane Cho, they're out for revenge. It looks like we might be facing a bloodbath here. Better put on your garlic, honey, because the vampires are on the prowl. Ha 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 ha!
So yeah, using the new characters on the early levels means you're not going to be getting a Jet. To get Jet on the early ones, you have to use the difficult characters. Anyway, we're taking the Love Shockers out next. And this is The Pillows again. This is, the song is Tokyo Bambi. I've always had a weakness for horns. I don't spend too long in their graffiti. I like messing with the letter tool. Always good advice. Let's try to go for sort of an anatomical heart design here. Not my best work, but not bad. The pixel heart came out pretty cool. And like I said, I actually recorded this all in one big take, so I was kind of burned out by the end. Some of the graffiti suffers a little bit. Now after you've done Koganecho, you can pretty much do anything, but it's safest just to go with Benten first. So, like I said, we're going to be going with the Love Shockers today. Well, not today, but for this round. Just show them off quickly. Now, I know this isn't a factor in the game that all the characters actually handle identically, but I could swear that the Love Shockers feel quicker. Aw. Bye-bye, Moist Tank. So yeah, certain characters just feel a little bit faster. I'm not sure if that has something to do with their size, because like I said, a character's size does influence how they handle in the game. It doesn't affect how far they can jump or how fast they can run, but I don't know, they do just feel a tiny bit different. Maybe it's hard to say why. Now the Love Shockers can hold 20 cans, and they have these simple graffiti patterns. So they're like a lesser version of crap, what's his name? Tab, yeah. So, really, they're only worth using if you like their aesthetic. You're not going to be earning many points with them. But then again, by the time you have earned them anyway, you won't be going for points anyway.
This is headquarters to all nearby units. We've received a 911 call reporting reckless skaters in Benten. All officers near the station rush to the scene. I repeat, we've received a...
Cops come out. So yeah, the Love Shockers, pretty much inferior in every way to even the most basic members of your crew. Just this reminded me of the last time I tried that. Getting most of the multi-stroke ones out of the way just so I don't have to deal with the SWAT team.
This is headquarters to all units. A SWAT team is on its way.
Pretty much the only graffiti that I have left, aside from the one at the top of the tower, are just some single sprays around. So yeah, Love Shockers, not the best. But at the point when you're in them, they're really just fun to use for their own sake. And I guess if you really wanted to, you could play as though you were the 3 gangs fighting for territory control, if you're into that kind of thing.
Ready, aim!
There's not much left to do here, so that was lucky. Let's just finish these up.
Yeah.
And the graffiti score is so low that you're just not going to be getting more than a nitro.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio! Turns out it was the Noise Tanks who kidnapped the Gigi's pet pup, Hot. The Noise Tanks from Benton chose they won't eat anything without additives and chemicals. No veggies or fruit for them. They're into that Frankenstein food. They sell software to pay for their spray cans. Right on, brothers. Word is, last month's big blackout was their work. Look out. Get these guys mad and it's no cable for the kids.
Alright, so there's only one gang left to show off, and that's Poison Jam. And this is Neon Horse again. It's kind of hard to think of different designs for them, because honestly the gang's graffiti is already pretty cool anyway.
Like a child, you always landed on your feet.
So that's kind of like basic.
Be caution, little mind. Wait in the middle of the streets with all the time in the world. A road so wide, you could wander it for miles, going where you never been. But now,
Not a bad jam jar. I guess it does kind of just look like a bottle of poison. Well, that's appropriate.
how can you be bound and no one knows you in a strange
I kind of was going for something similar to Slade's graffiti. I just wanted to make just some like gore. Not sure if I'm happy with it. It looks kind of like a retarded mouth rather than, viscera. Well, whatever. If you want to see it as a retarded mouth, go right ahead. Still kind of creepy, I guess. And for this one, I was trying to do work on a portrait of one of the first Frankenstein's monsters. What's this guy's name? The actor. Ernest Borgnine, was it? I don't even know. Yeah, his face came out pretty well. It was pretty recognizable. Then I put it in between the Poison Jam mask. Honestly, I kind of regret that decision. I think the face on its own was just pretty badass. But it was so narrow that there wasn't much else to, it has to be a wide design. I couldn't think of much else to put elsewhere. So just sort of spread the black out a little bit. Whatever. Like I said, I recorded this all at once and a little bit burned out. Still, not too bad. Alright, so the only mission that we haven't tackled in there is Shibuya-cho. Now, out of the 3 gangs, Poison Jam's best attribute is their health. They are really tough. And that's the only good thing they have going for them.
easy, man. Get to Park Street.
So normally I would just go up those stairs, but hell, every time I play this game I do that, so
This is headquarters to motorcycle
I'm
units.
just gonna
Headquarters to
show off
motorcycle
staying
units.
pipes for a little
Capture
bit.
the suspect at all costs.
I really hate those half-pipe controls. Jam jar looks pretty good. Reminds me of something from an RPG. There's really not too much to be saying about these guys. The commentary in this level might be a little sparse. Oh yeah, someone in the thread was asking about infinite grinds. This is one of them. Although here, you have to do a diagonal jump across to the other side, so you have to be going in a figure 8 pattern. But it's not too hard to do. Let's see if I can get one going. So if you have a character with a high graffiti score, you just keep going in a figure 8 style around there and you'll constantly grind. Eventually your score will hit 100 and just keep on building. Really not that useful unless you're doing the jet technique level. Yeah, Poison Jam just suck. That's not me, that's them. I forget if they hold 20 cans or if I only just happen to pick up exactly 20. I think it's just 20. Yeah, Poison Jam can hold 20 cans, Love Shockers 30, and Noise Tanks 50. And I never make that jump. Nice view of some Poison Jam ass. We have to make it to the other side anyway, but I'm going to take the safe approach.
The most important part of
Fuck you, Poison Jam. You are terrible in every way.
Listen to the music.
You might notice that their character model is also a lot bigger than a lot of the others. They're pretty much like huge apes. I do kind of like their animations though, that vaguely thriller sort of movement.
This is headquarters to all units. A SWAT team is on its way. Tear gas will be deployed. All officers on site, leave now.
Yeah, he only gets about 3,000 for each of those sprays, whereas the good characters will get over 5. Now, let's see if I can jump across, and nope, Poison Jam are terrible. There we go. That's the jump I could never do. In retrospect, I probably should have gone for some of these graffiti a little earlier, but it's not like it matters. Poison Jam can take the hits. Out of cannons. Let's see if we get a grind going here. Pick up the last of those guys.
Around now.
I'm not too concerned with any money yet.
Down. Around now. Now, most of my jump around now. Jump around now. But get down.
Well, the SWAT team really aren't that much of a threat unless they're close to you for a while. It takes them a while to like find you and then decide to shoot. Eat a bus. Now that I have my can, let's go finish this one off. I kind of like it when my graffiti designs are a little bit smaller than the other ones. I wish I could have caught that bus. When my graffiti is smaller or transparent, you can kind of see the graffiti you painted over beneath it. I think that's kind of cool. Let's go get that other one I missed. Half-pipe controls. You're worse than Poison Jam. Whatever, it's done. And let's just clean up the park, and that'll be just about it. I like that being damaged doesn't mean that you can't spray. Oh, I got it. This is always the last one I do every time I play this level. I'm slipping. Even though I did the extra stuff, I only get a nitro. Poison Jam sucks.
Jet Set Radio.
We're gonna blast your blues with a burst of pure sound. This is your very own one-punch knockout broadcaster, Jet Set Radio. Which one of you punks want to step in the ring? Shibuya Cho got some love letters on the walls from them lonely lovers, but they were erased before Mama could see them. But now they've gone away somewhere. Were they just flirting to have some fun, or is this some new game they're playing?
Alright, so I beat a couple other levels, and this is just another cutscene that was a little different.
This is Tokyo's guerrilla music broadcaster, Jet Set Radio! Let's go to the mailbag. A letter from Mr. Osaki asks, how do I get rid of these nasty roaches? Easy, just burn your house down! Benton Cho is ablaze with the GG's graffiti. It's even brighter than the neon lights. After their territory was attacked, them noise tanks ran amok. Their circuits must be fried or something. Maybe they'll be eating dinner for breakfast. Go on and get your little doggy back.
Jet Set Radio.
And another.
Music that's violently smooth. It's Jet Set Radio. Even if you're locked up in the joint, don't forget to turn on that radio. The noise tanks just got scrapped. They played too many video games, and now it's game over. No continues either. Them GGs picked up a broken piece of a record from the noise tanks. But by itself, it's about as useless as a vegetarian steak dinner. What were they doing with that? The GG's dog got home safe and sound, but it looks like the noise tanks made some modifications. Now it moves like a cow. I wonder if they can milk it too.
Alright, so to earn the secret character, you have to play through the entire game after unlocking all of the other stuff. You have to unlock Combo and Cube, and you have to get to Chapter 3. And right when you get there, this guy will challenge you. Just like all my challenges, let's just go with the beat. You can see I was just using some of the stock graffiti. Now this is a royal bitch, but I'll give you guys some tips if you ever want to try and do it. That part's pretty straightforward. Just like most challenges, there's 3 things you have to do. And just like most challenges. First two are not that hard.
Nice.
And the last one is insane. I love the noise tags, the sounds they make. Kind of R2D2-ish. It's not too hard. Hell, I've done that in the course of a normal level.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah.
So with the first two out of the way, now we go on to the third. This one, not easy. So far, not too bad, but then it just keeps going. And going. It just doesn't stop. That is another infinite grind you can do if you're good enough. And yes, I edited out a shit ton of failures.
Nice.
Now, you don't have to jump on the opposite rail there. You can just stay on this one for the first part.
Nice. Yeah.
You jump here. The trickiest part is not here.
Nice.
Even the road transfer is pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah.
The trick is wait until you are in the middle. When you hit the rail, the upward rail, and then it hits onto the flat area, just like this one. Only jump when your character gets to the flat part. That'll give you enough of a speed boost to make the jump after that. And a mysterious secret character has joined us. Thank you, Noise Tank. And we've got all the characters. As you've guessed, the final character is Potts, our dog. So I'm just making some dog graffiti. And again, I would kill to have some kind of transparency tool. Making urine is not an easy thing. It's like more like honey. Well, whatever. You know what it's supposed to be.
Hit you with the concrete techniques, kid. Don't even waste your time trying to critique it. So with the illest, then it ain't no secret. Hit you with rhythms that'll leave you speechless.
Just a dog, so.
Bomb beats and cause casualties. It's the master. 360 is majesty. This royal faculty headed
Oh yeah,
by
and we were
savants,
listening to
dazzling like
Savant,
Maccabees.
rare breed.
Killer priest faculty, factual rapping scenes to enlighten the blackened scenes of cats clapping and packing
Listen,
back
it's
against
gotta be
ghetto street
fresh.
tapestries. Gradually, graphic scenes such as these add to the steez and what many perceive to be what's known as a thief's theme. The thief's theme. Play me at night, they won't act right. Understandable school shit that murderers move with. Ladies groove to it, hustlers keep their hands with their tools. This is
I like
music
this
for
one.
revolution, provocation of movement. Moving along the cipher, keeping the crowd hyper, ventilating with vicious, venomous illustrations. Nothing short of amazing. Rip at every occasion, representing my nation. Never seeing me chasing something I can't grab. Never fucking with crabs. Niggas be mad feminine, think they fucking with
I always like messing with the text tool. And watching all the different skins and stuff that we put on them is pretty fun too.
Supreme alphabetical, dramatically drop, grammatical, unstoppable, incredible, hot shit.
I'm sure most of you guys will recognize this.
Knocking shit out of the box, higher than helicopter cockpit. And hot stock tips, that's putting profits in pockets. Just watch us, we dropping knowledge. More importantly, logic loading and locking open options like God and Jonah the prophet. No options, we keep it popping like air with bottle rockets. Pompous imposters, pop pills prior to popping shit in politics. When frankly their flow is fucking preposterous. Call me the Loch Ness, flow is so legendary. Spit lyrical level, spreading shit so quickly it's scary. We kinda swift and we vary like how the weather be changing direction. In less than 120 seconds, I'll leave you niggas regretting competing against fingerprints that'll picture like Nolan and then catch it like Johnny Bench. The force of wind that we bringing is highly destructive at the cellular level. I bore myself as a rebel, nigga. Sharper than a cactus, giving you freckles. I'm slaying devils over axes, infinite instrumentals.
If you don't get that, that looks pretty shitty. Still still, it's nice to see a nice, big, completely full graffiti menu, isn't it? Alright, and so the final character that we haven't seen is Potts. He's a pretty cool little dude. Not much power, not much graffiti, but huge technique. Potts will be defending our home territory. Seems like something a dog would do. Now, just like with Goji, the game designers are kind of screwing with you a little bit here. He actually has a lot of health, despite having that tiny little bar. When he takes damage, I mean, he barely takes any damage. So he's actually one of the more robust characters in the game. I don't know if he's the most robust, but he's pretty good. He just took bomb damage there, and I can barely even tell that my health bar moved.
This'll go. And then, boom! Think you can handle it?
Now, the problem with Potts is that he can only hold 7 cans. So, if you have to do any large graffitis, you're going to be making a lot of trips to restock your supply. Also, he's a tiny little dude, and his size does factor into the game sometimes. I'm not going for jet or anything, so I'm not going to be doing too many of the optional graffitis. I'm just going for a beating the mission. Watch us hit by a car. As a small character, sometimes it's actually hard for him to pick up graffiti cans because his model just doesn't touch them in time. Pretty shitty graffiti. And I almost get dragged out of the level here. That was a close one. Racing with the bus. You can see there, I went straight under those graffiti cans. Potts is a tiny little dude. Can't spray those because then I'd have less than 7, which means I won't be able to do the 7 tags or the 7 can spray. So yeah, when you're playing as the unlockable characters, you are really not going for points. You're just doing it for fun. No one is going to be scoring very high with this guy. But I mean, you're a badass little doggy, so what do you want? I like his little flag from his belt. Or like, might be an antenna. Or both.
This is Mostest. This is Mostest. Mostest, Mostest. This is Mostest. This is Mostest.
I don't know, when I first heard about Potts as an unlockable character, I was kind of hoping he was a quadruped. I think it would have been much more funny to see a dog try and rollerblade with 4 rollerblades. You can see I'm under some more cans there. I shouldn't be picking up quite so many because they're not going to respawn for a while. Just set these bombs off. You know, the graffiti always looks better in-game than it does in the actual editor. Now I have to go can hunting before I can finish off that last spray. I was hoping some of those would respawn, but guess not. Well, let's go to the roof. Well, I need 3 there, so... robot dudes, they're just so spastic. With that, we've cleared out almost all of the graffiti here. Got 7 cans stocked up, so it's just about time to move out. Let's take a different route this time. Usually we would just go through the middle area there, where it would put you in like that weird third-person view. This time I'm gonna take the sewers. All the areas have sort of hub things, so the sewers are pretty much the part that connects all of the Shibuya levels. Get some of those tags. Yeah. It just looks like he's throwing honey around everywhere. I'm not too concerned with getting all of them. Good. So up there, that's the playground area. And now we're following the same path that we did with the combo race. Not the most interesting of paths. And in the last area. There's a lot of cans around here, so I can waste a few. Yeah, you do your little attack animation,
I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah, I've taken 1 or 2 hits this level, and still I've barely lost any health. Just teleporting around you fuckers. It is kind of tricky to spray. You keep trying, guys. When you interrupt the stroke, you lose a can, and since I only have 7, that becomes pretty annoying. I went right under that other can. You know, I think depending on the can's rotation, that's kind of what influences whether I pass by it or not. I'm just not touching it when it's at that orientation. Guys are annoying. Just let me give up. Well,
Give me a break.
just got it. You throw your little tantrum there. Let's finish this one. And I believe the last 2 in the level. Oh, I'm sorry. There's 2 more down here. 3. And that's it. What do we get? Yeah. By this time in the game, you're not really concerned with points. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.